running a little bit late, but hey, that's what we're about. We're late late night owls. I just finished coming up
Woo-hoo.
the Paranormal Roundtable show with Brother Josh Turner and the crew. Uh, w- was talking about all kinds of things. Sarcius was kind of like acting up a little bit in there, just a little bit. But that's what happens sometimes. I just want to send a shout out to Brother Josh Turner, Sister Nellie Turner, uh, the whole crew from the PRT. Uh, I just want to let y'all know that I don't dwell in the past. I let the past go a long time ago. I've always considered Brother Josh Turner a friend. I never, even when people were trying to influence or trying to get us to instigating to fight, I still didn't even consider him as an enemy. Then, yeah, I said a lot of things, which I did apologize for the things that I said. It happened a long time ago, but there was people instigating. The same people that were instigating that apologized to me, saying that they had a part of the instigation. Uh, Chris Cuffington, you apologized to me at the conference because you had to do with that. It's the same people that are coming against the Turners right now. So I'm just saying here, out of my group, Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, that I have their backs 100%. Uh, and Sister Dana Ortega, a lot of my veterans friends, uh, my brother in arms, seen the video that they made, and everybody's very interested in you. That's all I can say. Like I said,
Hallelujah.
I never stand alone. I've been saying this. Uh, I have a lot of veterans, a lot of people that serve with me that know Sorencias and respect Sorencias, such as I respect them. So they're just put it this way: either you stop, if you continue, things might happen. That's all I can tell you. And it's not that I'm controlling anything. It's just veterans. I got veterans that have my six, have have my back. You want to call it back? Every hour, every second, they got my back. I know that I've been saying a lot of things, but I have to get things on my chest as a veteran. I'm already carrying enough stuff from the past uh, on me. So when people try to bring other things or talk badly about me, uh, disrespecting me, uh, they just Sarcias was a piece of you. You know, bottom line, Sarcias don't play around. Now I figured that you'll probably leave me alone, leave the Eternals alone, but y'all continue. Just put it this way: just be careful what you wish upon. That's all I gotta say. In saying that, enough about that. We got Sister Delana here, Sister Eve Reyes.
Greetings and blessings to all of you that are here now.
It's like me. I'm the type of person that I maintain my love foundation, but golly, when people try to, and that's spiritual warfare. That's part of spiritual warfare. These individuals that are doing this, they know exactly why they're doing it because they do practice of witchcraft and necromancy. So I got to maintain my love foundation. Just because Sorensen has my do a little cameo appearance doesn't mean that I don't have a love foundation. I do have control of myself. Sorensen was a part of me that served 10 years in the military. He's in the past, but the training, the things that I've done, Sarcius will always be with me. Uh, that's all I'm saying. Spiritual aid is the one that ties, binds, and rebukes and fights this wicked people that are coming up against me and the Turners. Wicked people. what I'm talking about wicked people is because they're blasphemy people because they use Jesus Christ as a cover up because of the things that they do on the side is pure evil. So yes, they might know some verses from the Bible. They might say something about God, but look at the works. Look at all the things that they really say. They might say a little bit about God, but then everything else is negative that they speak of. So right there by itself is letting you know their true colors. I think there's an echo.
It's probably me again.
I think it's you're like a little noise.
Like last night.
Yeah.
Hold on now. Let me put my.
Okay.
Did it stop?
Yeah. Stop. Let me see. Yeah, I think so.
Did it
That's
stop?
all I'm saying. Yeah, I think so, brother. Cause yeah.
Excuse me.
So basically, what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, and this is what the show is about tonight. It's about the balance. And I know cousin Jesse is going to share a lot of this because this is what the tonight's show is about. You know what, brother Josh has a good heart. Even of all the things that people have done to him, he's still willing to forgive them and just to move on forward. You know, maybe later on, you know, there could be reconciliation. That's fine, but there's people that are going against the Turners. They don't want that. They want to tarnish the reputation of Paranormal Table and everybody else involved with Paranormal Table. I'm just here to say that anything they try to do is not going to work. And if I have to intervene, if things happen, I'm not. They're not. They don't stand alone because I never stand alone. I have my brother in arms that have my back here in Central Texas. So just be careful of what y'all wishing for. You know, I suggest move on. You know, create your own channel or do something. Stop messing with people. Paranormal round table ain't going nowhere. Spiritual encrypted encounters is not going anywhere. The only thing I could say would be suck it up, Buttercup.
I just heard some gunshots outside, man.
You heard gunshots.
Yeah, about maybe 3 blocks up the street from what it sounded like.
We're going to talk about the balance. We're going to talk about. I'm going to share some stories of me of when I was struggling spiritually, where the feeling of being bonded is. It's not a good feeling.
Excuse me.
And I know cousin Jesse has stories, so I'm gonna start off, and that's what is about tonight. I'm gonna share a story with you how I used to be because I had vengeance in my heart. This was when I was a teenager. After what happened with my mother, I had a lot of hatred, and it wasn't vengeance, but there was a lot of negativity around us already. There was demonic infestation. You know, as y'all know, I've been fighting spiritually all my life against witches and warlocks, brujas and brujos. So that's been every year of my life. It's been with me fighting spiritually. In which, you know, and I believe that's the tactics that these individuals are trying to use on the Turners. Same tactics that the demons use. If they can enter your mind to to for you to have anger or vengeance, then that's a spiritual opening. So I had a spiritual opening when I was after what happened with my mother. I had a spiritual opening. The spiritual opening was that I had vengeance in my heart. You know, the I wanted a vengeance, in which what I mean by vengeance means that you're ready to take out an individual that did you wrong, right? And I struggled with that. Even though I was in track, Even though I would work out, even though I'll go have fun with my friends, within me was the thought, was this one thought when the day of my vengeance was going to happen. That was the thought that it was always with me, even though it looked like I was having a good time. It's not a good feeling being bonded by negativity that way, especially when it has to do with vengeance. My heart felt black. At that time, I didn't know I was going to live or die because there was a lot of people coming after me and my brothers and sisters. So I had to stay strong to be able to overcome that. But at the same time, I had the spiritual opening of vengeance. This individual that came at me in a negative way when I was 10 years old. I'm sure you all heard the story where he tried to come at me with a machete, and he said he was going to kill me, that nobody was going to find out. Basically, that's what he was telling me. So that's the individual I had vengeance for. Um, in which that's a spiritual opening, brothers and sisters. Vengeance, hatred, or even a thought of harming somebody, that's a free invitation for demons to attach themselves to you or to bond you. And we see that a lot of that happening right now. If y'all noticed what's going on. So as I continue my story with y'all, um, it's like I would try to have love. I knew that I had the love of my brothers and sisters around me, but I had vengeance in which I wanted to get rid of the enemy that caused all these things to happen in my family. Um, and it overtook me. And I'm not talking about that I was doing it out of my free will. I got overtaken one day where something took over my vessel, and I remember having my sisters up in the air, and my sisters were pretty big. I had them up in the air, one in each arm. It's like the vengeance. It's like whatever it was. All I remember, I went up at the location where I was supposed to get rid of this individual. Uh, he was laying there in his bed. All I had to do was rip the screen window. I had my mother's a kitchen knife, and it was very sharp. And I remember something that happened that as I was gonna grab the one and tear it, I was already had my arm up in the air with a knife like this, and all I had to do is rip it and go. When I try to bring down my arm, I couldn't because the Heavenly Father didn't want that to happen. He was in charge, so I was frozen. I couldn't do it because there was a higher power uh, in charge. Uh, I remember leaving the location, going in front of the church, uh, sitting there. As I sat there, it's like I was kind of crying because I was trying to fight the, I should say, the demonic presence that was bonding me at the time. So I was crying by this tree, sitting down there. When that was happening, I seen a woman in white. She was crying, looking from the other side of the fence. The same woman I would see when I was a kid, when I would go to that elementary school. And she was just looking at me. She had the fence on the head on her fence. I believe that she was the one that's dealing with the balance of scale between good and evil. So I guess when she shows up, it's because something's going to happen. You know, Luckily, the Heavenly Father got rid of whatever was controlling me, and I was able to free myself from anything happening. I remember my cousin showed up with my sister, and I was in front of this tree, and they picked me up, and I was kind of like my energy was spent. Like I didn't feel good because it's kind of like whatever overtook me, it had drained a lot of my energy. So, they took me home and all that. But most of my high school uh, years, sophomore, junior, senior, even though I was active, I still had the vengeance in me, and it wasn't a good feeling. The feeling of having a black heart, the feeling of when you have a black heart, that means that no love, right? Even though I know I had to love my brothers and sisters, but this demonic forces, that's what they want you to think. They want you to think that the people that are around you, that, like, they want to, how should I say, take you away from the people that have the love foundation and isolate you. Once they isolate you, then they can have more control over you. That's why I would do a lot of running. If I could, I didn't know at the time. I knew about the Our Father, but how to fight the things that I was fighting spiritually. So, sometimes I would let that anger out by working, working out, practicing with movable objects, or running as fast as I could. So that's why we run a lot of miles. I was making that negativity into positivity. I just wanted to share that story with y'all of the feeling of when these unclean spirits or demonic spirits overtake you. That it can. You see, I was one of those people that I would say really nothing to nobody. I would keep it to myself, and it's kind of like this: when you have vengeance in your heart, you're not gonna tell somebody of what you're gonna do. If you're gonna do it, you're just gonna do it. And then to me, it was kind of like a test for me, because this person had come at me in a negative way when I was a kid, as I grew up. So I already had a lot of things built up on him, in which basically he identified himself to me as my enemy. Especially when he said he was going to kill me with a machete knife. That he had the machete knife, and all the times that he ever messed with me, which was almost every time he got a chance, he would say something negative to me, because I had already overcame him once, uh, where he was frozen, he couldn't move. I had already overcame him spiritually. But when you're home and you see your brothers and sisters, and you're trying your best to raise them up, and you don't know if you're gonna be able to do it or not, and you look at your brothers and sisters that lost their mother, their father at a young age, or their mother at a young age, uh, and also I noticed the things that caused all that, these demonic forces. Uh, I wish I knew that I had to find another way to be able to fight, right? So I remember when I started feeling love, and when I started feeling love, the things that were bothering me, wanted me to continue to be that I was, but I didn't feel it wasn't a good feeling at all. It's like one of those feelings where just like you hate yourself, because it's not a good feeling what you're feeling in your heart, because you're feeling no love. So you could say I could have been very heartless. Uh, I know I had there was females that liked me, but it's like I wasn't interested in them, because I was carrying that burden on me. Hate, vengeance. That's why we run a lot. Try to stay preoccupied uh, from doing harm to anybody. Uh, then I remember the when I broke a little bit from from the bondage of that. My sister, when they were leaving, or they had come visit because she was living in Dallas. I was struggling, spiritually, physically. But then when they came and said, "Hey, we want you to come with us," it's kind of like the the negativity they had me bonded didn't want me to be free like that. So it's like I remember when I fought that day spiritually, uh, and my sister gave me a hug and she said, "I love you." And it's kind of like I lost all my energy because the the demons that were bonding me, right? Because those are the things that make you think that way. They fled when she said, "I love you," and she gave me a hug. So I started coughing up all kinds of things, like I don't know if somebody had done some witchcraft necromancy, but a lot of things were coming out of my body, and my sister was freaking out and stuff like that. And I remember I said, "Okay, okay, let's go." So I was in the back seat, kind of weak. I hadn't been eating right because I had quit my job from Walmart. The reason I quit the job from there is because I was getting sexually harassed by a cougar. Uh,
Wow.
she was like 40 something years old. You know, she'd been sexually harassing me for a long time, even when I was younger. But I never gave her the time of day. So I got tired of the sexual harassment and I quit the job. I quit it. Uh, the main manager wanted me to go back, but I just couldn't deal with her anymore. It's like all the advances and passes. It's like I lost interest in working at the Walmart. This one I went to Dallas, and when we're going to Dallas, this will happen on the highway. Uh, as we're driving, there's this. Remember the car that you will hear that was real loud because like you had like a very strong engine and it will pass. You hear it every night, like like one of those cars that has a race car engine.
Yeah, yeah. The dude lived on the corner from
No,
down the
but
street
there
from your
was a
house.
noise that we would hear this car all the time.
Yeah,
It would come from out of town. We could hear it all the time.
yeah.
Well,
I remember.
we're going down through 281. Uh, we passed a checkpoint. Next thing you know, as we're driving, the car, the same noise, and it stands right beside us, and I could see the man that's driving it, but I could see the demon within the man, and
Wow.
it was laughing at me, and I just do the sign of the cross, and I told my sister that there's a demon right there, and they start praying, we start praying, and then it just slows down as we keep on going forward because we went into prayer. Uh, I'm sharing this morning with your brothers and sisters. When and there was many moments like that. It wasn't just then, but that's when I had the most vengeance of hatred because all the other times that the demons would use people to come up against me, I would forgive them because at that time my mother was still alive. So it was when she got murdered that vengeance came to me. So the only way I free myself from that is because of my sister, because it was already bonding me. I had bad intentions to take out this individual, but he's not here no more. Uh, that's a person that I had to forgive when I was going through everything in Elms Grove. I had forgotten of him because I was 10 years old when he tried to come at me with the machetes. Sometimes when you find a little bit of happiness, you forget about certain things. So I had forgotten about all of that. You know, uh, till I started getting spiritually attacked and I started chasing the Star Shadow figure. When he went flying up towards the trees and he started laughing, then I remember who he was. I just didn't know that if he was alive or dead. So I said, what does this mean? Because I pray to God to show me what I have to do to overcome all these things that were coming against me spiritually. When I heard the laugh, the same laugh the man would do. So I made a phone call and I asked if about him if he had died or something, and they say he'd been dead for about 3 years. So that's the person I had to forgive in order for me to overcome the things that I was going through in Elms Grove. I forgave the man truthfully. Uh, Forgiveness is part of love. I mean, this guy tried to kill me with a machetes, and he was saying he was a Satanist, and he would always flashing his gun. He was a policeman, flashing his gun at me, going like this, sending people to my house to try to take us out. He was an evil man, but I still forgave him. So, brother Barden Nunley, if you're listening to this, or anybody that's my enemies or they think I'm your enemy, I'm not your enemy. I know what you're going through because I went through it. That's why I'm making this video right now. What you're going through is you're opening yourself because you're mad and you're angry with hatred. Is it something that you dwell in? Is it something that you practice? Only you know. Uh, all I'm saying is when somebody comes at me through witchcraft or necromancy, it goes back to the sender. So if something happens to those people that are coming up against me spiritually, it's not me doing anything to y'all. I just don't accept it. So it has to go back to where it came from. So basically, what I'm saying is, for those who dabble in the witchcraft or necromancy, that you're setting up yourself for failure because it's not coming to me; it's going back to you. And I keep a lot of people in prayer, a lot of people in prayer that you're trying to bring down, and I keep a prayer daily. So I'm just saying to you is that God loves you, Jesus Christ loves you. Uh, all you have to do is find it within your heart. If you have any kind of love in you, I know you all love your wives. If you have children, I know you love your children. You need to dig deep and find that love because the things that are around us spiritually, these demons, unclean spirits, they just want one thing: our souls. They don't care if you believe in Jesus Christ or they don't care if you worship them. They just want your souls. And I'm saying this, brothers and sisters, to y'all because I don't hate nobody. I know, and I ask God for forgiveness because, yeah, I say certain things or smart comments sometimes or joke around, but I mean, everybody's doing that, right? So I ask God for forgiveness right now for doing that because negativity with negativity, listen to me, guys, negativity with negativity will never bring positivity. Never. I'm just here to let you know that's because I used to say the Our Father. I used to pray the Our Father, but I still had the vengeance in me and I still had the attachments. Why? Because in a sense of a way, I was allowing it just by the vengeance itself. Just the vengeance itself. It's a spiritual opening. So if anybody is angry because things are going back and forth, I suggest maintain your love foundation because something's gonna happen. And it's not nothing dealing that I'm gonna do anything. Brother Josh Turner ain't gonna do anything. It's the demons that are causing the chaos and division. They're gonna go after somebody. And the people that is gonna go after are the ones that have the spiritual openings. Listen to me. I don't care what you dabble in, if you dabble in something. I'm just letting you know that I'm standing with my love foundation. I know Brother Josh Turner is maintaining with Love Foundation. We're not accepting negativity. Just if you really love the people that are around you, I suggest you maintain a Love Foundation too. Because if not, the things that are running spiritually are going to be pissed off. They're going to try to come after somebody. I'm just letting you know. I've seen it happen numerous times throughout my lifetime. I'm just sharing this story with y'all. It took me many years, many years. I carried this with me for many years. All throughout my military career, I carried that with me. Till Elms Grove happened. I think it was like in 2015. So I carried it from the. It happened to me when I was 10. So that would be like from what 79 or 70,
Yeah.
1979 to 2015 when I forgave this man. That's a lot of years, right? To carry something like that with you. But thankfully, I had prayed to Jesus Christ, and He showed me who my enemy was because I recognized the laugh. So I knew that I had to forgive this guy. No matter what he tried to do to me with the machetes, or no matter how many times he insulted me, laughed at me, I still had to forgive him, and which I did. Another thing is like, why can't we just all get along? I never had nothing against anybody. Chris Covington, I never had nothing against you, man. I thought we were cool. Larry Joe Fisher, I never had nothing against you. We was always talking, brother, all the time. Uh, Martinelli, I never got to know you as a person. The only thing I knew is of the good things that Brother Josh Turner would talk about you, that you were his friend, that you were a cool guy. So in my book, you were cool with me. I had even subscribed to your channel. I don't know what is it that caused the division, but I already know it's demons. That's what they do, and they use people. They use people that have spiritual openings, just like they try to use me to commit how should I say, to try to use me to kill somebody. But there was a higher power that day that didn't let that happen, and I thank God. Thank God. Even though I'm older now and I've been through what I've been through, I'm just letting you know, talking here from my heart, not joking around or this or that, picking on each other. I'm just talking to you straight up like a man. I've never had nothing against anybody. Stephen Michael, I didn't even have nothing against you. I mean, when you invited me to your group, I joined. I started posting pictures there, because you invited me. You even told me draw the red circles so people could know what they're seeing. I followed your instructions because you're the admin of that group. Then, of course, what'd you do? You already know what you did, but I forgive you. I forgive you then. I had nothing against you, man. I know I've said some things. Sometimes the things that we go through is because of karma. When you do bad things, it always comes back. Uh, but I forgive people daily. Sister Dana Ortega. We used to talk all the time, sending messages. You would send me videos. I never had nothing against you. I never spoken bad about you in any kind of way. The only thing that was confusing to me is like I didn't know if I were to trust her because I felt there was other things happening. Right? There was a so I'm just letting you know that I've always been good to y'all, to everybody. Uh, I've never had nothing against anybody. Why? Because of what I had to carry on myself for many freaking years. That I knew that I couldn't anger anymore. Because if I did, then I get spiritually attacked, just like I spiritually attacked in Elms Grove. Even now, I don't anger. Yeah, I might make a video, say something about you because you coming up against me in a negative way, but I'm going to defend myself. But I still don't get nothing against you. I believe that we all can change. I know there's some kind of goodness within y'all, unless that's not what you're all in. Because when you say something of God, but then the rest of the things that you say is about the things that you want to do to somebody, is because it's not you. You had the opening, something entered, then boom, it makes more chaos and division. You know, sometimes I rather talk like this in my channel than anywhere else because I'm speaking from the heart right now. Uh, that's all I'm saying, brothers and sisters. I don't dislike anybody. If you think that I consider you my enemy, you got me wrongly mistaken. You got me wrongly mistaken. I just want you to see what's around you. If you're hearing a voice or you're seeing an image of something and it's making you want to have hatred or anger or to do something to somebody, that's not you, man. Those are the demons that are around that want you to do that. What you're supposed to do is say, I tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. I've been through a lot. I'm not worried about me. I know Jesus Christ is with me, but I've been through a lot, man. I've been fighting spirits to know what's out there. The reason there's a Barn Nunnally. The reason I made spiritual encrypted encounters was not to make fun of any kind of cryptids at all, Bigfoot community or whatever cryptid you want to name. The reason I created spiritually encrypted encounters before that was positive spirits, I created it for my own sanity because I was being demonized in Elms Grove because they were coming at me in numbers and I didn't want to endanger none of my family members. So I had to handle it myself. So you got me wrongly mistaken, man. I created spiritual encrypted encounters because to show the proof that there's other things that are around us that are unseen and they're ready to attack because they are the ones that hate us because we are children of God. I have love. I know you have love within you. Those unseen forces that I capture on my videos and on my pictures, they hate us. They're the ones that cause the chaos and division. They're the ones that want, they're just out for one thing for our souls. So they don't care if I or you were to fight. They don't care if I or my cousin will fight or me and my brothers will fight because all I want is to collect souls. They want division. They don't want nobody to be united. There's a mission, and I'm talking about the DDN, the disembodied demonic Nephilim. You say you're a man of God. You remember the Watchers that slept with a woman? They manifested to look like men slept with women and created the Nephilim. You're a biblical man. You say you believe in God, right? Well, they went against Jesus Christ. I mean, they went against God, right, at the time. because they slept with the women. They held captive somewhere in hell, right? Some people might call them the Titans, which is the Watchers. Some people might call them the Anunnaki. Some people might call them the Apakulu. They have many names, just like the Legion has many names, right? They're the ones when the earth flooded and God destroyed the Nephilim, since they were created by the Watchers that became demonic after that because they were their creation, their offspring. So what we have running around here on earth, right, is disembodied demonic Nephilim in which they are amongst us in spirit form, and they have demonic capabilities to be able to manifest at will, disembodied voices. They're tricksters. They can deceive you real quick. That's what's around us. That's what I capture on my images. I'm trying to bring spiritual awareness to the people, what's around us. That's what my main goal was. And it wasn't for me trying to compete against anybody any kind of way, shape, or form. Because I don't do this for the money. The Heavenly Father blesses me in many ways, in which nobody should be upset because tithe is the root of all evil. What's more important is for you to protect your love foundation, your spirit. Huh? I could have been, I had a lot of money, but at what price? I got offered all the riches in the world, but at what price? My soul? No. I fought it spiritually. He couldn't handle that I had true faith, a true love foundation, and it took off. But he said, I could have changed. This is what he said. He said, I could have turned into any animal, into any form here. He said he could have turned into a lion. And I told him, I will kick you like a dog. And I started saying, the Our Father, right? He couldn't handle it. The demon took like 2, 3 steps on a bike and he disappeared. And it was a sulfur. He got pissed off that he started moving real fast, trying to change forms. But the prayer of the Heavenly Father, the Our Father, deliverance prayer of the Our Father, he couldn't handle that. And he took off. Like I said, I see that you say you believe in God. I believe in God. You say you believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in Jesus Christ. The question is, why are we enemies? If we believe in the same principalities of God and Jesus Christ, there should be no problem between me and you or you and other people. Why? Because we're created out of love. We're children of the light. And our destination is to make it into the kingdom of heaven. So I'm gonna be the bigger man right now. If I said anything offensive to you in any kind of way, shape, or form, I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. And you see what I capture in my images. Those things are always around me, man. So they're always there. And if I say something to you in a negative way, well, maybe those things that are around me spiritually made it happen that way. That's why SRCS comes out sometimes. It goes into defensive mode. I've been in areas where people have died because of combat. I just want to let you know, man, that I never had nothing against you. I'm not afraid of anybody that's trying to come up against me because I know Jesus Christ is with me and vice versa. The bigger question is, then I'll tell you like this: who's influencing you? Is it the people that are around you saying that you're friends, or is it? I mean, you say you truly believe in God, then that means that God will be with you. You will have a love foundation, and you wouldn't be coming up against anybody in a negative way. You wouldn't be saying anything negative towards nobody, not unless you're being spiritually bonded, like I was at one point in time. That's all I have to say for right now, and I might add something else to it later on. I'm gonna let my cousin, Jesus Carvajal. I love my cousin. I know he's been through a lot, and that's why I created. And I've allowed my cousin to be here with me because he can share his testimonies to y'all to understand what's going on. So don't let anybody influence you in a negative way. If they're saying they're your friends and they're influencing you in a negative way or saying things to you, showing you little just certain pieces, but don't show you everything. Don't show you everything of what they're trying to do or what they're doing with fake profiles. Oh, the only thing I gotta say, there's always reconciliation, there's always forgiveness, but you've lost a good friend. Brother Josh Turner is a good guy, and Corn the Cob, you already know why you don't have your son. It has nothing to do with me, nothing to do with Brother Josh Turner. It has to do with you, uh, because you're the father of that child. So only you know why he's not with you. You already know this. So don't be blaming other people's or trying to influence people in a negative way because of what you're going through and try to blame it on the whole world when you should look yourself in the mirror because it's your fault your son is not with you. That's all I have to say for right now. I'm going to let my cousin, if he wants to share a story. Uh,
Well, my cousin, you know how we grew up, man. You know that my mom, your aunt, she left us when we were real young, so we also lost our mother at a very young age. I believe I was 4, my brother Joe was 2, and my little brother Gilbert was 6 months old when she just up and left, man. So, I believe I was bonded since I was a little
yeah,
kid.
you can speak here according to Cub. He say he misses his son. Yeah, I understand, bro. I know you miss your son, but you're going about this the wrong way, man. All you have to do is pray to Jesus Christ, and He's going to make things happen to you. How is He going to be able to help you if you truly don't want to open up to Him spiritually, to assist you spiritually? And doing bad things to people, playing games is not giving you help. How is He going to help you or bless you if you're doing the opposite? Go ahead, cousin.
Like I was saying, she left us. My little brother was like 6 months old when she left, and I think I got bounded when I was a young boy because I had anger because she left, and I had to raise my brothers, man. My dad would go out and work, and I was the one that had to feed them, change them, take care of them, make sure they didn't get into any trouble. You remember one time we showed up at y'all's house, man, and we stayed there for a while. But I became an active member of a gang at 11 years old, man. Got my first gun when I was 14. I remember I went to a movie theater, man, and I was packing. I went on a blind date, and there was this guy from school that didn't like me for some reason, man. I always kept to myself. I never talked to nobody. Me and the girl, we went up to the balcony. We were on a blind date. But this guy goes up there with us, and he sits behind us, and he starts groping her, man. So I got up, uh, to defend her honor. I hadn't even first time I met her, but I figured that's what I had to do. So we get into a verbal disagreement, and we challenged each other to mutual combat. So we stepped outside the theater, and I made the mistake of going in front. And he's like, I told him we picked the spot. Pistol, but I pulled my. We were gonna do it, mano a mano. Began to tell me to pull it out. I said, "Nah, man, you don't want me to pull this out." He goes, "Pull that knife out." And finally, I, my pet peeve, man, is I hate getting into an argument with anybody because se me vuelan las tapas. So I pulled my little pistol out, man, a little 22 Derringer, and when he saw it, man, his eyes got real wide. But the next thing you know, I'm hearing something in my head: destroy him, shoot him, destroy him. So he takes off
like
running.
spiritual or telepathically,
Yeah, just
which is the demons do that.
a voice in my head, man, a voice in my head, and he takes off running. I take off chasing him, and I'm shooting at him, dude. Since it's a 22, the bullets are going off. They're not, 22s are not very accurate, especially the Derringers, man, because they don't have a barrel. So he runs into the theater, man, and screaming, "He's trying to kill me! He's trying to kill me!" And I run in there after him, telling him, "Come on, man, let's go back outside and finish this. You wanted this." And like that theater, man, we would go there every Monday because it was dollar night, you know. And the ladies that ran the theater, they knew us already, man. She told me, "Jesse, you need to get out of here, man. I called the police." So I took off running, man. And when I was running away, going home, I was like, "Why did this happen like that? What was that voice?" I didn't understand what was going on, man. But about a week later, I decided to play Russian roulette with myself. So the Derringer I had a four-barrel hose, and to load it you had to click it up, and it had four holes, right? So I looked at the striker, and it was up toward the top on the second hole of the top of the barrel. So I put the bullet on the third chamber, closed it, and I don't know what possessed me, man, to put it to my head. And at the last minute, man, when I squeezed the trigger, I chickened out, man, and pointed it like that. The gun went off, man. It bounced off one of my homeboy's truck, and it almost clipped me in my ear by ricocheting. The only thing I could hear was like a zinging noise in my right ear where the bullet just barely grazed me. And it was at that point I decided that I did not need a gun. I got rid of it. But I don't know what would possess me to play Russian roulette with myself, man.
Demons.
So
They, they see the opening. The opening was you were angry. You had anger,
well,
and
I was angry at the world, cousin. To
yeah,
me,
yeah, I know.
dude, back in the day when before I met y'all, and even after I met y'all, when we were teenagers, if I even suspected that you were staring at me wrong, that was enough to get an ass whooping, man. I
I
didn't
remember.
tell you. I wouldn't tell you. The next thing you know, you were getting your ass whooped. Why? Why? I didn't like the way he was looking at me. But I went
There
like
you
that,
go.
man.
There's a troll right there.
What he said?
He come here as corn on the cob, and then he takes off. But I'm gonna screenshot that he was here as corn on the cob, and I'm gonna give that evidence to brother Jeff Turner.
Oh,
So
Satan rules, really? He might
uh,
rule you, but he doesn't rule me. Because I can tell you from anyway from my experience, Satan and his demons only can only rule over people that are weak minded. They rule
Yep.
over weak minded individuals. That's why most of them commit suicide because they're weak minded individuals.
And just because I'm talking about this right now, I'm talking about a love foundation, doesn't mean that I'm afraid of you. Doesn't mean that if I have to defend myself because you have bad intentions, then I have to do what I have to do. So continue, cousin Jesse. I'll keep on booting
Anyway,
them out as he keep on coming in here.
that was just one of the times that I went off and did something because a voice told me to do it. Let's see. You remember the other night they were asking what was the scariest movie you've ever seen? Well, one time while under the influence of some acid, me and my friend we went to go see that movie, The Evil Dead. Well,
Oh yeah, Evil Dead.
when that old lady came out of the cellar, man, and stabbed that guy with a pencil in the foot, man, I got up running, screaming my head off, man, and proceeded to run out of the theater. I never should have done that, man, because
There's an opening of fear.
yeah, well, let me tell you what happened, cousin. I don't think I ever told you this, but as I was running home, I ran through this alley and it was already dark, and I got into an altercation, a physical altercation with a shadow figure, man, and we were fighting. We were fighting there in the alley, and I remember when I got home, I was all messed up, man. I was scratched up, bruised up, but I made
Hmm.
it home. The, that was the last time, man. I went and saw that movie, man, because it affected me real negatively, man.
Believe it or not, people, movies can be, especially horror movies. There could be spiritual openings too, because if you're looking at the movie, you're believing in the movie. It could be a spiritual opening.
Let me break it all down, cousin. I
Go ahead,
had
cousin.
a I had a an anger toward the world, and I think that deep down in my heart I blame my mother for leaving. And when she passed away in 2010, man, I was the last one that touched her body when they were putting her in the 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 van that came to pick up her body.
Hmm.
I I remember I touched her feet as they put her in there, man, and I started crying heavily. And you know me, man, I'm not a crier. Um, I started crying and like I had touched her feet. I wanted to break my hands, man. Ever since that happened, I lost all my anger, and I haven't physically hit or been angry toward anybody since 1997, man. But when she died in 2010, that was the last time, man, that I let my ego speak for me. I don't go around looking for confrontations, man. If somebody tries to confront me, I just like tell him. I had one guy in Mississippi told me that he could whoop my ass, man. And you know me, instead of saying what I was gonna say, I just agreed with him.
For the trolls that are coming here being disrespectful, I already did the open challenge to y'all, to the real profiles, and I still haven't gotten an answer. So in saying that, continue, cousin Jesse.
Well, cousin, if they want to mess with me, man, they need to just realize, man, that in '97 I got arrested for beating up 7 people by myself in a bar fight. I was
They just
looking,
don't
I
know
was,
because they don't know.
I was looking at 35 years for each body that was on the ground by the time the cops got there. When they got there, there was 7 bodies on the ground, and I'm standing there just covered in blood. And I was looking at 35 years, and I started praying to our Heavenly Father, and I told him that if he let that cup pass from my lips, that I would become a new person and change my life around. And little by little, I've done it. I've baptized myself. I quit drinking. I quit doing drugs. I don't even smoke cigarettes anymore, man.
That's good, cousin. You changed your life. Cause I remember how you used to be, uh, especially in your mom's funeral. You know, it's like I guess you was on a bad road, but
Well, I had never been hurt like that before, cousin. You know that I'm one of those people that I don't cry. But when she passed away, I guess all my tears came back. Cause I'll be honest, man. When my daddy died 3 years ago, I didn't really shed a tear for him. But basically, I didn't shed a tear for him because while he was sick, I was the one staying with him in the hospitals and taking him to his appointments and whatnot.
yeah. And
So my conscience was clear when he passed.
so when you lost your mom and your dad, did you feel like something got lifted off of you?
Yes, I felt free, man, because
No, when you
my
talk about generational curses, you
yeah,
feel
because
like you feel free, like a lot of weight got lifted off of you.
yes, especially with my father, because I saved his life when I was 4, when my mom left. Because before she left, he went out in the barn. We lived out there at the ranch on the McGee Ranch. He went and hung himself in the barn, man, and I saw him swinging, man. I
Who
went and
did?
got somebody. My dad, he hung himself, man. I saw him. I went and got help, and they cut him down. He was already twitching, man.
You're talking about
My
Luis
dad? No, my dad.
or your dad?
Yeah, he hung himself over my mom being unfaithful to him, man. But you know what's ironic? The person that I got to save him was actually the person that lived with my mom.
Huh?
But yeah, he was twitching. I can never unsee that, man.
There was a lot of things happening there, cuz I'm thinking because I remember, you know, that your mom, she was being, uh, I guess, basically physical abuse. Because I remember when she would have the bruises and stuff like that.
Yeah, my aunt Sylvia told me everything, man, and it added up, because I remember many times riding on the Greyhound and winding back in Raymondville. But when he passed, man, because I've always believed in the Eastern philosophy that if you save a life, you're responsible for that life until that person passes.
Yeah.
So when he passed away 3 years ago, a weight was lifted off my shoulders, man. But then that again gave me trauma, man. I couldn't be far away from my dad because I was always afraid that he would never come back. So I would always. One time, cousin, I snuck into a snow cone truck in the refrigerator where they put the shaved ice.
Mm-hmm.
It was empty, and he was gonna go get ice. I snuck into that refrigerator, man, and closed it on top of myself. And when he got to the place where he was getting the ice, he was freaked out because he opened the refrigerator and I came out. I just didn't want to be away from him, man, because I didn't think he was gonna come back, man.
Yeah, because I
Every time he,
remember, when you were coming to the car to visit at Grandpa's house, because we're the same age, but then I didn't see you for a while. It's like I was trying to figure out what happened to Los Primos. That's when I
yeah,
didn't know that you were all in Fort Worth, and I didn't know about your other journey about with the Palero and all that.
yeah, no, we wound up, man. Right after we left your house, man, we wound up in Las Norias, Coahuila, and he left us over there so long, man. I remember, Primo, I showed up over there wearing a silk shirt Britannia bell bottoms and platform shoes. I came back without a shirt, in shorts, with no shoes, and by the time I came back, I spoke no English. That's why sometimes when I speak, you hear like a little accent. Because when I came back, I had to relearn English again, man. Because we were up there for I don't even know how long, man. So yeah, we had it rough, man. I know you had it rough, but we had it rough too, man.
It is, yeah, just people don't know. I know everybody has it rough some kind of way. It's just things that makes us who we are right now.
Yeah, I
We
believe that
learn
the
we learn
things that you go
from our
through,
trials and tribulations, and it makes us who we are right now.
yeah, the things that we go through makes us who we are now.
And just because we talk about love doesn't mean that we're weak, because love is the greatest power of all the spiritual gifts. I'm just letting you know. For those who don't know, I know one thing that the demons know, that that's the greatest spiritual gift, and for that you have to have true faith and believe in Jesus Christ. As I always say, always maintain the love foundation. I know people be trying to put me to the test to see what I'm going to say, do, and I know that I've gotten out of character, but you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm human, but I know the importance of always maintaining the love foundation.
Also, cousin, I wasn't a very religious man coming up until now, but the times that I have prayed to the Lord, He has answered me right away. When I was gonna get locked up for those 7 people I beat up, like I said, I prayed, and that very same day that I prayed, they let me out. When I was walking, cutting some a yard, working with my brother-in-law, I was talking with our father, and told him to show me a sign. Well, Lord behold, man, that it started raining on top of me. I stuck my hand out this way, it was dry. I stuck my hand out this way, it was dry. My brother-in-law was working in the front yard. It wasn't raining over there, it was just raining over where I was walking.
I believe you 100% because I've seen the Heavenly Father's miracles and how He blesses us. So, for these people that say they believe in God, well, they should believe in miracles and the blessings that He gives us. Do you
My
honestly think that He wants division and chaos? No, He wants us to love one another as brothers and sisters
my
through
carotid
Jesus Christ.
artery, my carotid artery is 80% clogged, and I almost had a stroke. And I remember I woke up and I was feeling like I had been drinking, but I had already quit drinking, man. I had been drinking for years. I woke up feeling drunk, man, and I got up and I started feeling waves of like dizziness, and it would stop at the top of my head, dude. I couldn't look straight or nothing. And they took me to the hospital. They told me I had my carotid artery clogged like 80%, and that they needed to go in there and operate. But they told me that during the operation, they couldn't guarantee that I wasn't gonna have a stroke and wake up all messed up, man. Stroked out. So I prayed to God, and as soon as I finished praying to God, the doors opened from the. I was already dressed to go to operation, man. The doors opened right after I prayed. The doctor came in and said, "Get dressed, go home. Just take baby aspirins," and that's what I've been doing, man. But they were gonna just cut me right here. They were gonna cut me right here, man, and just clip it here and clip it there, and try to unclog the portion that was clogged. But like I said, they couldn't guarantee me that I wasn't gonna wake up a vegetable.
Let me see some of the comments here. Cousin Jesse David Sepulveda said, "Question: Could you guys invite a follower to join the chat? I also have a spiritual awakening and testimony here, a follower." Brother David, in order for me to be able to do that, I'm thinking that you have to be. send me a friend request so I can send you a link through Messenger. But I think here on YouTube it's only able for two right now. But if you send me a, friend request, maybe I can have you on the show tomorrow so you can share your testimony to the viewers if you like. So send me a friend request on Facebook for HCS, uh, and I'll add you as a friend. Like that, I'll be able to send you the link if you want to go live with me tomorrow. Let's read some more of the comments. Here's a funny story. Back 8 months, a dinosaur show came to where I work. I said to the guy, "I hear your state and my province are almost the same. Cattle, cowboys, flatland." Uh, Cattle, cowboys, flatland. Uh, I don't understand. A funny store or a joke? Let me see what Smurfy says. And it would be their fault causing trying to get the clot. I could have caused the clot dissolve and clot somewhere else. I don't have WhatsApp. I'm doing less than machinery. So you were how many percent clogged up? What
84%.
what did they say clogged it?
It's I don't know. They said something like some kind of plaque, but like if I'm doing really really hard labor, I'll start hearing a pounding in my ear, and then I'll get all dizzy because I'm not getting enough blood to my brain.
Is the could be also the oxygenation that goes that you need a certain oxygen in your brain in order for your brain to be able to send the messages to the rest of your body. Sometimes people that work with how should I say chemicals or pesticides, you work in the fields. There's short-term disability on that, and then you got long-term. So you're around areas where there was pesticides, and just what the work you would do, they can cause certain things in that nature. Like, like the blood clot that I have, I got hit by a blood agent when I was in Operation Desert Storm. You know,
It's funny you
uh,
say that, cousin, because the first time I went to Mississippi, that we were working out there in Ferris, the whole time that I got out there, I caught this cough that would make me puke, and I couldn't stop coughing. That it would make me cough. When I would cough, my knees would go weak, and I would wind up on the floor, man. So I'm thinking it was probably one of the medicines they use for the cotton for the bull weevils.
yes, sounds good. Sounds good, David. Summer satellite says sometimes low iron can cause you to get dizzy when you stand up.
I don't get dizzy when I stand up. I get dizzy when I've been work like, working hard, and then I'll hear a pounding in my ear. I can hear my own heartbeat and feel it in my ear. Then I'll get dizzy. I'll have to sit down because the blood ain't pumping right through here, man, to my brain.
Uh, Thinners. Did they give you any blood thinners?
No, they just told me to take a baby aspirin.
The blood thinners. If it probably. Do you think it's already gone, or you still feel something there?
Well, every now and then, man, I'll get some type of vertigo. And it didn't help that they cut off my right toe.
They cut off your right toe. What happened? You well, diabetes, right?
No, sir. The second time I went to Mississippi, I had an accident that I actually thought I broke my leg, and the guys at the gym were actually calling me Rubber Man because the way my leg bended, it should have broken, but it didn't. And my leg got so swollen, man, that somehow the pressure wound up
On
at
your toe.
on my right toe where it bent, and it popped a hole through there, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I went to the doctor. He was giving me medication, but he wanted me to stay off my toe, off my feet. And I told him we're working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts. There's no way I can stay off of it because I won't make money. I won't
Mm-hmm.
be able to come and pay you. So when I came back to Fort Worth, man, that I went to the county hospital, they put me in that MRI. They told me I had a bone infection and they were gonna have to cut off my toe. And I started laughing. He goes, "You think this is funny?" I said, "No, I'm laughing because I'm trying to keep myself from beating your ass." He wanted to do it that very day, man. I
What
told him,
the?
"Give me a week." I told him, "Give me a week to think about it, get a second opinion." And I got a second opinion that told me the same thing. And I talked to my family. They told me to go ahead and get it cut off because the doctors kept telling me that they could give me a pick line and give me the strongest antibiotics they have, and it'll go away. But if it came back, I wasn't gonna lose a toe. I was gonna lose my whole foot.
Uh,
So
from gangrene.
so I told him just take the toe. So now I hobble around, cousin. If I forget how to step, it looks like somebody pushes me from behind because I almost fall everywhere, man.
So do you ever, since you lost your toe, do you ever feel like your toe's still there?
Yes, I feel my toe still, but it feels just like it felt before they cut it off.
Oh,
It feels hurt.
so if you look down, you could say, "Hey, do you see my toe? I'm wiggling my toe."
Hey, look, man, if you want me to turn this camera around, I can show it to you right now. You want to see it? Y'all
Yeah,
want to
go
see it?
ahead. If you want to, I mean, it's up to the viewers. Oh
Look
shoot,
at that.
are you flipping me off? Are you
Yeah,
flipping me
yeah,
off with the middle,
yeah.
middle toe?
I flip everybody off with my middle toe. I'm a half ninja turtle.
Oh shit.
Nah, that's enough.
So does it? I hear like when people lose like a body member, a toe or whatever, that they get like a certain kind of like depression. Is that true?
Uh, Um, I take medicine for depression, cousin, because every time that I shower or that I get up to put socks on, I look at it, and never in my wildest dream did I ever imagine myself like this, man.
And you just got used to it. Does it? But does it? Is it a big difference when you don't have the toe? Like you can feel
I
the
can't,
difference,
I can't
like
run.
balance wise.
Balance wise, if I walk on the edge of my foot, if I try to sit it flat and walk, I'll fall.
What?
Once you lose your big toe, you lose your balance, cousin. I can't run. I can't do push-ups. I can barely walk.
Bonnie Hunting Bear says, do you have phantom pain?
Yes, I have. It's called the phantom pain. Phantom pain. I have it all the time.
David, my name is Abe CS. ABESIAS. I mean, you can create it. You don't have to put no profile. Just send me the link. Send me a message through Messenger. You can have me or send me a friend request. Then I can send you a message through Messenger. So When you was feeling this hatred that you were carrying with you, how would it make you feel?
I I would go around saying that I had a black heart, cousin, because I had no forgiveness for anybody. I didn't care how I talked to anybody. If anybody wanted to make an issue out of it, we would settle it right then and there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now, you remember that's how you met me.
Yeah,
When you met me, that's how I was.
I was going to say viewer discretion advised, but now I just feel sick because I broke my small right toe. Well, I have to get surgery, so we're talking about toes, not toe fetish.
You know
For
what's
you
messed up,
sick-minded
cousin?
people out there, no, it's not about toe fetish. I have to get surgery on my toenail because my toenail broke like man, shit since last year. Like almost, it's almost going for a year already. And every time they would set up an appointment for me, they would cancel it and
Cousin,
postpone it. So hopefully, I'm supposed to go early in the morning on the 16th to get the procedure done. Is to pull the old toenail off. That's why I haven't been going out dancing with my darling because I feel pain, But no, I suck. The pain is like, sometimes I just zone it out, but it needs to be done. I was thinking that hopefully the toenail would just fall off, but the other one's already growing underneath.
you heard of a old school movie called Sleepless in Seattle? Well,
Yep.
I'm toeless in Fort Worth.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So you can still play footsies at least, but
Not really. The toe I can barely drive, cousin. That's the driving toe, man. You know when you drive, some people use just the big toe for the gas and the brake.
yeah.
Now I have to use my whole foot. And if I drive for too long, my whole leg starts to hurt, man. So, if I want to go home, that 8 hour drive is going to be like a 16-hour drive, man, because I'm going to have to keep pulling over because my leg.
Oh man, because you're pressing it sideways.
I have to press it with my whole foot, with my four toes.
Bunny, hunting bear, put some smiley emojis. She says, "Do you have phantom pain?"
Yes, all the time. Phantom pain and depression. Every time I look at it, I get sad.
I
You
think.
know why? Because I can no longer do martial arts because you explode your toe from your power from your big toe to the striking surface. But yeah, back then when you met me, my heart was black. I cared for no one, and if I suspected you talked about me or looked at me wrong, that was enough to warrant a beating, man.
See, when I work in a hospital, I had to rush a patient in a wheelchair to a ward. She was over 300 pounds. My toe next to the big toe got crushed. They said I have to get a surgery on that nail 2 weeks later. But shit, the VA sucks so bad that it's almost been a year that I've been having this broken nail. Every time it's time for me to go to my appointment, they send me they call me, say that the doctors are out, that they're going on vacation or some bull crap. But I think they're doing that on purpose just to see if I get pissed off. It's like, whatever.
Oh, hey cousin, when they were cutting off my toe, since I used to put a lot of powerful drugs in my system, they put me out, right? I woke up during the procedure, man. They had oldies playing, and I could see my foot up in the air. They had already cut the toe. The doctors were laughing and singing and dancing in there, man, in the operation room. And I told them, I can hear you, fuckers. And I looked to my left, and the dude said like this and went like me the hell out again. But I woke up during the procedure, man.
Yeah, I woke up when they were operating me from a nose procedure. I woke up during the middle of the surgery, and this is what I told them. Hey, can you give me a little bit more of that medicine? I'm feeling the pain right now. When they was doing the procedure on my nose, I woke up from it, because, you know, I guess how we trained, right? That our senses are keen. They gave me a shot and I went back to sleep. I woke up with raccoon eyes because I had to
Uh,
break my nose.
Ballistic machinery, they cut it off at the knuckle, man. They can't put nothing on there, no fake toe, nothing like that. There's nothing for nowhere for it to hold on to.
Lester Machinery says Ike has corn cobs for toes. What the hell?
I wish I could get a corn cob for a toe. I butter it and put it up somebody's arse.
The nail fell off and a new nail under the old nail. Yes. No, my nail is still there. The old one is still up, and there's another one growing underneath. So, but I feel the pain on the nerves of the side of the toe.
Baby corn.
Baby corn.
Yeah, that night when I got into a fight with this guy at the bar also, he he
Yeah.
stabbed me right there, man. See my stab wounds?
Oh yeah.
He caught me right here too. He stabbed me 3 times. That guy, he didn't make it, man.
He didn't make it.
Um, no, he didn't make it, man.
You had to do what you had to do, man. He was coming at you.
Well, it would have been okay if he would have taken an ass whooping, because in less than 2 seconds, I hit him 3 times and knocked him out for like 15 minutes. Then he came back on the property and tried to stab me in the back. We got into a scuffle and he stabbed me 3 times and I shot him. Had no choice.
Self defense. You had to do
Well,
a police report.
they locked me up for a while, man, till all the witnesses came forward because a lot of people saw that. And they let me out, self defense. And, I still haven't lived that down because every night I replay that and I see how I could have done it a different way. But in the heat of the moment, that's the only path that I had available to me.
You had to do what you had to do, man. But yeah.
As you can see, man, when I talk about it, man, I get sad, man. I get sad when I talk about it because for
So
that right
the
there,
guy that stabbed you, did you know him?
no, man, he was just somebody that was in the on the property where I was working at the bar as a security. That they were drinking on property, and I kept telling him to go away, and his friends told him to beat me up, and even while I was shooting them, they were telling him that they were fake bullets. So his friends failed him, man.
He said there's a man who makes his own metal articulating fingers from metal hardware. The horses took the road for. Abesias, Abesias. Let me see if I can get it through here. Go ahead, cuz. Don't share anything else to the viewers, or you
Well,
wanna?
when that happened, cousin, God was looking out for me because I ran back to the house, and my then girlfriend came and picked me up and took me to her house, right? So when I got to her house, man, I jumped in the bathtub and closed the curtains, right? A little while later, the police showed up at her house, man, and they came in the bathroom and did not find me.
But you
I
were
saw
there.
them. Yeah, I was in the bathtub, and they came in the bathroom and didn't find me. So like I said, the Lord was protecting me that night. He let me live. This thing here, it didn't even bleed, man. But I could stick my index finger halfway in there, man. That's how deep the cut was.
Oh man.
It didn't bleed. And then I went to the hospital, and when I was over there, his family showed up over there, and they started threatening me. And I told them, if I were you, I would leave right now. And they all left. But it's whatever, man. I'm not proud of that. Because of that, my soul, it's gonna wander because I gotta pay for that transgression of taking of a life.
Trying to see. You said he's sending me a friend request, but I don't see him.
Anyway, those are my stories, cousin. Hi, Gwen. ¿Cómo estás? Anybody got any questions for me?
Yeah, we're taking questions from the viewers. Questions. Anybody?
David wants to know what's your name on Messenger.
Abesias, Abesias.
I gotta take a bathroom break.
Okay, it's Abesias. Hola, Chanel. I might have to wait till after I do the to add you. But just send me the request, and I'll add you after the show. So I'm using my phone for the show. So the next thing that we're going to speak about is going to be is dealing with the other side of the balance when the things change in my life. Of course, y'all know. Let me do something real quick. Of course, y'all know. when you're going through a lot, you're carrying a lot of weight on you because what you've experienced, right? It's kind of like a roller coaster ride. You're like, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it goes down. And you're trying to figure out when you like it's going to change, right? You pray to God for the things that you're going through, for them to stop, for Him to protect you, to look out for you. So let me see what we got here. So I'm going to go to when I was being bonded, how I was able to overcome the things that I was the bondage, because they tried to attack me spiritually in Elms Grove, which they did. Spiritually, they can make contact physically through spirit in spirit, and I think you already know how it changed everything. I wish I pray to God. He showed me the sign that I had to forgive that individual, which I did. When I forgave that individual with a through true faith, and with the love foundation, I got blessed with the spiritual gifts of discernment. All the spiritual attacks that were coming at me daily, it stopped immediately when I forgave that individual.
Hi, Ivy.
I had to forgive and a choice because I still had anger and hatred at the time. So I had to forgive him in order for me to be able to free myself from the demons that were trying to attach themselves to me. And of course, I fought them also through Jesus Christ. That's when I started noticing a lift off of me. I was more joyful. Uh, I started getting, even though I was going through what I was going through in my leg. It's kind of like I feel blessed that I feel blessed that what should I say? That I could feel the love around me because of this spiritual gift discernment. I could feel the change in the atmosphere. It wasn't the atmosphere changed to. It wasn't like me sinking in quicksand or drowning. It was one of those feelings that just overcomes you spiritually. That you just want to say Hallelujah, or you want to say Amen. I felt that. It was an awesome feeling, and the number one thing that stood out the most is that I finally got to recognize my true being of what a true heart is, a true love foundation.
Hope it
It was
gives
it
you
was,
nightmares, summer side of life.
was that
I hope my toe gives summer side of life nightmares.
thank you, summer side of life. Yeah, they keep on coming, man. Some of these people I can open up spiritually. They wouldn't understand what I'm saying, because they're dabbling in other things. As y'all heard earlier, I said what I had to say. That if they're dabbling in something, not to send it my way because I'm protected through the Heavenly Father. How you doing, Sister Ivy? Uh, so that's when we're kind of broke. But when you got cousin Jesse backing you up, he's like trying to toughen me up. So you got to react to the situation as rapidly as you can and overcome the enemy.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry, cousin.
It's kind of like a drive-by or a quickie.
Yeah. Back
Those kind of
then,
drive-bys.
yeah, well, back then we made walk bys. We'd walk by and beat you up. Remember?
Walk-bys. Thank you, Sister Ayu Ramirez. Uh, it's like it was a drive-by, then you would say, I wasn't there. It wasn't me.
If it was a drive by and they were gay, you'd be hit by Skittles. Taste the rainbow.
Or they'll be like, Transformers.
David Sepulveda, Dave Primo here keeps an open mic night. So anytime you want to jump on, just let him know.
Yeah, tomorrow will be a good time. Brother David. He said, test the rainbow.
It could be, but if it's a San Francisco drive-by, you be getting hit with a rice-a-roni. It is the San Francisco tree.
Damn. That's messed up, man.
I'm sorry, cousin. I'm feeling silly right now, man.
Sister Morgan says, I've always thought myself a lucky person, but this year, just one big thing after another. I'm even sick right now. I'm starting to think maybe it's something more spiritual. I hope of getting break soon. Uh, what is it that you have, Sister Morgan? Maybe we can send a prayer to you. Uh, we can pray for you.
Oh, she's got the flu, cousin.
The flu.
Hmm.
Any Spanish remedies that you might? I know when I had the flu, it was what did they give me? Shoot, I can't even remember, man.
If it's a Mexican fix, cousin, you gotta do what the jefitas used to say. Ponte vaporú en el pecho, en las plantas de los pies y ponte
El
unos
Vicks, el
calcetines.
Vicks,
El
el
Vicks.
Vicks.
Get some Vicks, put it on your chest, and rub it on the palm of your feet, and then put some socks on. David wants to jump on and talk to the community, cousin,
Yeah, but I don't got them on my
on your
list.
friends list.
Let me see. Yeah, because yeah, it don't
You're
show me
welcome,
his
Morgan.
name.
You're welcome, Morgan.
It doesn't show me his name. I just have to add him. Probably tomorrow when he sends me the
You hear
link.
that, David? You can be on tomorrow, David. You can even come live. I'll be in the chat. You can come live and talk with Abe.
Yeah, I'll have an open mic night tomorrow, but the only way that I can add you on the show is that I had to put you on my friends list because I normally send it through Messenger. So you have to
So you
send.
couldn't find a way to uh, put that picture that I sent you yesterday, like you do the reels.
No, it doesn't let me do that. Let me see. Yeah,
Don't try to do it now, cousin.
no, no, no. I'm not doing it now. It's just they have to be on my friends list.
Yes, sir. I agree. But anyway, cousin, everything ended up with a baptism, and I have no more weight on my shoulders. I have no more ego that talks for me. I'm just a different person now, man. I'm not the man I was 20 years ago.
I'm just your pappy.
Ah, the pappy.
I hope everybody's enjoying the live feed. We're talking about and it's crazy, how because I've seen blessings, brother and sisters. I've seen God's blessings and miracles, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Also, is the things that I've witnessed. So let
You
me
need
let me
NyQuil, Morgan.
keep a vegetarian real quick. Let me go get me something to snack on so I can wake up
All
because
right.
the sleep is trying to get me.
I'll keep him entertained. You need some NyQuil, Morgan. And I'm not talking about drinking a couple of spoonfuls. You need to chug the half the bottle. Because when I caught COVID, I I was drinking bottle after bottle of NyQuil and it went away. Is everybody enjoying the live? If y'all have any questions that I might be able to answer, he's gonna add you to his friends list, David, and he can't do it till tomorrow. He can't do it now. You're gonna have to wait till tomorrow when he can add you to his friends list. Yeah, NyQuil is good, especially the nighttime one.
Hmm.
That way it'll help you sleep. Like I said, it took care of my when I got the COVID. I was drinking bottles of that and it went away. I got the COVID and I was over it in a week.
But
Is
what's the
that no?
prayer for?
Is that
What is it that she's going through?
who Morgan? She's got the flu.
Oh, well, let's get pray for her. Heavenly Father, this time we'd like to pray for Sister Morgan, uh, for whatever she's going through, with the flu. We type on and rebuke the flu or anything causing the flu. Send your angels of healing to heal her, Heavenly Father. Send your angels and the Holy Spirit to a clean sweep of her body from head to toe, as we're placing spiritual heavenly crosses on her and heavenly spiritual crosses on her doorways and the windows. We type on and rebuke anything unclean or demonic through Jesus Christ's name. This we pray. Amen.
Amen. Vivid dreams, Jacqueline? No, I have vivid dreams. That's why I don't hang around with my brother Joe because I've had like 10 different times dreams where me and him get shot to death together. Just the bloody, gory dreams. That's why I don't hang out with him.
Well, since we're talking about the flu, I've been having this okay, I have this. broken toenail for a while. I had made a video that I had gotten COVID shit since I don't know a year ago. I got a phone call from the VA, and they're like, "We're just checking up on you, just to see how you're doing with the COVID." And I'm like, "Man, it's freaking a fucking like almost a year, right? That they contact me. It's been over a year. It's been like 2, 3 years. So why are they contacting me now about this? You know, when was it when the COVID happened? Anybody remember?
2019.
Yeah, it's like a year after 2019 that I got in some symptoms that the VA told me I had COVID. So that was like to 4 years has gone by, and they want to call me talk about that I was well, maybe possibly 2 years. I don't know about how was the COVID doing. It's like what kind of
Wow.
why are you gonna call me after 2 years? You know, I guess they have an inspection going on that they have to make sure that they do everything by the book, so they're going back to the records. You know, it's freaking crazy. Or they're telling me we're going to postpone you again. You know, yeah, that's a VA for you.
You know,
Yeah,
cousin,
like, what are you talking about, bro? I said, do you got any symptoms? I said, man, I don't got the COVID right now. What are you talking about? Okay, okay, I just put that in the record, and that was it.
cousin, I didn't have issues with my
You know why
with
I'm
my
asking this,
carotid.
right? You know why I'm saying this? Elections are coming. So don't be surprised. You're hearing it here first on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Don't be surprised if they try to say there's another strain of coronavirus going on. I'm just letting you know. So if it does happen, well, you heard it first here at Spiritual Encrypted Encounters.
Doesn't work that way. Elastic machinery for them to cash in that insurance. All his other siblings have to be deceased as well.
They'll be doing some. That's not the only thing. I'll be going to my appointments and they'll be following me around because they know when because when I'm supposed to give INR, I don't go on the date. I wait till the very last day of the month. So they already know I'm gonna show up there. So they'll be waiting for me right there in the lobby where you get to your ticket, so you can get your number to see the INR. There'll be people that work for the VA pretending to be civilians, and they give themselves away. It's crazy, man. Is it why they follow me? Do they see me as a dangerous person or something? Do I look dangerous? They follow me, you know. There was one day I put a complaint on them. I was coming down the elevator. It's like 5 floors. It would stop on every floor. It would open up. There'll be nobody there. You stop on the next floor, open up. There'll be nobody there. And on the first floor, when it opened up, this guy just came and bumped into me, like hit me with his shoulder. He's dressed all in black. I'm looking at him, and I get my stance, and I'm ready. I'm ready to, fight because of the way he hit me is like he want to do something, right? And I'm looking at him, and I'm in my stance, ready, to see what he's gonna do. Then he starts walking out, and he stops in the elevator like this. He looks at me, and he say, "You have a good day, sir." And I was like, "Yeah, you too, man." But I was ready to handle business with him. But the reason they can do that is because they got cameras from the main security place, so they knew what they were doing. They're trying to mess with me. They were scared of the chickle stick.
I only got the first two cousins. After that, they wanted me to get the boosters. I said, hell no. I wasn't
Yeah,
sick till
man.
I took that
I
shit.
didn't take single one of them. Nothing. But yeah, the VA is sneaky like that.
I
What
don't know.
happened? What happened to Corn on the Cob? He left.
He found some butter. He's right now he's got his corn cutters and he's over there in the corner saying, "I can't believe it's not butter."
he, he, he thinks he's
Fabio,
Fabio, but he really looks like Trek.
donkey.
Oh man. You see, man, you see what happened when you got started Corn on the Cob? You're pretty popular here in Spiritual Cryptid Encounters, joke wise. Jacqueline Philly said, I love dreaming. I just hate the nightmares. Sister Jim Brown says, I have heard you say that before about VA. Do you know something you don't know? Little butter. Uh, man, it's like my eyes rolled on me right now. Coca Cola has gluten, Pepsi, anything with wheat, barley. Yeah, beer is made that way too. Those are the ingredients of making a nice brew.
Hollow notes, really, man.
You got a story to share about how you change, what affected you in a positive way that you were able to change to come back on the right path. Cause
Well, it was in 1997 when that guy died. They were trying to send me up for 25 years, man. And I kept telling them it was self defense, and they didn't have a weapon. Cause I panicked and I threw the weapon just like that in some bushes and took off running, right? And I even I took him to the place. I thought I was being smart, man. I took him to the place where I threw the weapon, but they couldn't find it. That's why they didn't send me to prison, man.
oh
They didn't
wow,
have a weapon.
somebody
You
probably
know,
found it and took it.
and I prayed to God and said that if I asked him that if he could see it so that I didn't have to go to prison, that I would turn my life around. And ever since that, I turned my life around, man. I quit doing drugs, I quit drinking, smoking, all that stuff, man. And I quit hanging out in places where
There's trouble.
you find stuff that you don't wanna find. I used to tell my brother Joe, if you go out at night to clubs, it's because you're looking for something. And sometimes the stuff that you're looking for, it could be death. You know, and I started going to church once a week. I mean, maybe once a month, once a week, and me and the pastor started having a good relationship, and he baptized me, man. So
It's good.
that's how I am the way I am now. It's like I didn't go to church last week, one of the brothers called me today and asked me if I was okay, and I told him no. I'll see you Sunday. When I don't show up, when they don't see the hat I was wearing the other day, they know I'm not there because I'm the only person in the whole church that dresses like that.
uh,
Light butter, Gwen, no, he's over there with the light butter saying, "I can't believe it's not butter." ¿Por qué?
he probably
yeah,
likes anything like corn.
yeah, that's how I turned my life around, cousin. I would tell my brother Joe that we had gone as far as we could go without our Lord and Savior, and that now we need His guidance to finish the race.
Yeah, I had done a show 4 hours long earlier. Then I jumped right on this one. You know, I would be going live here, spiritual cryptid encounters.
And then the audience was waiting for us, man. As soon as you went live, they
Yeah.
started coming in. They were already there.
Uh, slimy butter on the knob. That's the favorite of corn. What? Of corn on the cob. Does he like corn on the cob shakes?
Is his name Neil and Bob, or is that just what he does? Sorry.
Uh,
Hmm. I've never had a pineapple upside down cake.
huh? Pineapple upside down cake. I've had it. It's pretty good.
No, that's the evolution of Ike. Corn equals pineapples, watermelons, and durian.
Durian. Duraznos. What's up, Rebel? What's the matter? Calm down, Rebel. Is Rebel?
Rebel senses corn on the cob.
Yeah. Rebel, what are you doing, man? Corner Bus said he's Native American, comes from the extinct swallow tribe. Oh man, Corner the car, rolling around in bed. Somebody's talking about me, and the corn rolling with him too. Damn it, that's why he's rolling. He's too lazy for manual labor.
So, upside down pineapple tattoos means you're a swinger? Wow.
Upside, that's the new one on me.
I didn't know about that, man. Thanks for the information, Morgan.
Be swinging, swingers.
I should have brought it with me. I gotta go get my charger, cousin. I'll be back.
All right. You see me dozing off a couple of times during this live feed. Uh, Earlier, did a 4 hour show with Brother Josh Turner, uh, and carried on to do the life here. And at the same time, I'm waiting on the jackpot to go off. See that one that says one s- 116.72. That one's gonna go off at, or 74. It's gonna go off at 117. You win that if you're able to hit it. I won money earlier. How you doing? Casual conversation. It's called Kraken.
What about cracking?
No, he said, "What game is this?" I said, "It's called Kraken."
Oh, I
So
thought
talking, and I'm a little bit distracted because I have the game here, and it says 116.75. So once it hits 117, anything above that, it goes. It's going to go off, and somebody's going to get 117 dollars and whatever cents. That's pretty good, right? Morgan says, "Winter New Braunfels to float the river camp. Found out we walked to them. There were swingers, all had pineapple tattoos. Oh shoot!
wow.
Uh, so there were swingers, not nudists, right?
Well, I heard cracking. I thought y'all were calling according to the cub that he feels McCracken.
That's crazy. Where were the pineapples at? They
Man,
said
I
it
don't
had the,
know.
where did everybody have the pineapple tattoo on the same spot, or is it different?
New Brunswick, that's where my sister lives, or used to live.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, very important for you to maintain the Love Foundation. I know it's changed my life, and this is what I do the spiritual works that I do. I try to interact with the people. When you got trolls trying to mess up your live feed, and then you got people talking bad about you, but they never once pop here, view my videos, uh, then they're lying about me, because that's what they do.
On the inside forearms, upside down pineapple.
Morgan said there were partners swingers on the inside forearms and upside down pineapples. That's crazy. But what if somebody has a tattoo of a corn on the cob? What does that represent?
Well, he's gonna be. If he has a tattoo of a corn on the cob, he's gonna be looking for the another person has a tattoo of butter. There are
Somebody gonna have a tattoo of the
some butter.
popcorn that you pop in the microwave. There were partner swingers LOL on the inside. Pineapple is not, man. I don't know nothing about anything like that.
Well, I
The
dabbled in it for a while,
only
but you know,
pineapple that I've seen is on SpongeBob. The
I
SpongeBob show.
I used to go to a club that was for swingers, man, back when I was married, but nothing came out of it.
Little corn tattoo. Haha.
Get the big hit.
Ah,
That dude is really popular here, man.
hey, yeah, you gotta come on out so you can sign some autographs, man. You're popular here.
Upside down corn cob.
I'm making you famous, man. I told you I was gonna make you famous. I made a video. I know you've seen the picture of this guy that has a sign that says "Would work with food" or something. The dude was doing that on TikTok, and people were making fun of him. He was standing like in a road, but it's an imaginary road. This guy was like had a sign for he wanted food and all this stuff. A TikToker,
Hey man, he'll have
yeah,
a he'll have a corn cob tattoo on his chest and Fabio tramp stamp on his butt.
you know. And this tribe is called Little Pineapple. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Smurfy says the only guy that's hustling corn in all fours. Dang.
he also has no gag reflex.
We should make a deliverance too and have him come out on it. Uh, Shulin of the Cob. We can call it the corn of the cob curse. There's not that many people out tonight, as my eyes are getting heavy and heavy.
my my eyes were like that earlier. I was seeing double when we
So
first
what
started
y'all
the
want to
live.
talk about? You want to for us to continue to talk about what makes us who we are?
Yeah, that would be good.
There you go. They want to talk some more about the cop cobbler, man.
The cop gobbler.
I heard he earned that nickname when he was in jail. The no gag reflex corner of the cob. He likes his popcorn with a hot tool.
Well, he likes his popcorn with a hot tour of butter.
He likes to share his hot tour with people.
Ew.
Yeah, cochino.
Sloppy gobbler.
They call him Mr. Fruit of the Loom. You know why they call him Mr. Fruit of the Loom?
Because he was fruity.
No, opposite that too, but because he only got the elastic around his. So he pulls up the elastic. You could think he's got boxers or Fruit of the Loom. It's just a puro elastico.
He was shopping at HEB.
Who wants to see Corn on the Cob show off his body? Ladies, give me a thumbs up if you want to see Corn on the Cob flex his body. I want to know more about the Skinwalkers, if that's okay. Skinwalker Ranch getting some attention or something they saw. Anyone know that that is true? Skinwalker Ranch getting some attention. Yeah. They are in spirit form, so they have the capabilities to manifest in and out of a reality. You can go try to grab it or tackle it. Most likely, you're gonna land on your face because they move very fast because they're in the spirit form. Skinwalker Ranch is a crazy show, weird as shit. I'd like to hear more. But this is where I left off. My grandfather, when he got attacked in the shed,
Hey, cousin, I got a question, man. It's dealing with cryptids. What is the name of that cryptid they say that's out there that's really, really tall and it's got like a siren for a face, like a megaphone or something like that?
you're talking about the one that came out on, oh shit, that movie, Silent. They had the girl, they had to cross a bridge to get to a certain location, but there's nothing but spirits there. That's can't remember the name of the movie.
Oh, it's called Siren Head. Well, I didn't know it was from a video game. I just saw it on somebody's page that was out there hunting cryptids.
So, what was your question? Cryptic question again, cuz?
I wanted just to know the name of that cryptid that's like a giant and it's got a like a megaphone for a head, like una sirena.
Dang, that's something new there for me.
Elastic Machinery says it's called Siren Head. Morgan said it's
Silent Head.
called Silent Hill.
Silent Head. Chinga, you getting flashbacks from the cinema? Okay, cuz
No, no, I just saw it on somebody's page on TikTok, man. They were cryptic hunters and they were being chased by it.
being chased by a speaker.
Pull out the amplifier. Agarra el equalizer.
No, I haven't seen it. Show him the pyramid for meanwhile. You put it up already?
I have it over there in the corner, man.
He's gonna show you something, so don't freak out. He's bringing something to show you.
Let me make
I'm
a space
gonna
so I can
get
put it.
something to buy to eat so I could change that weight because
Let me see if I can get it.
somebody wanted to talk about shadow figures. He's gonna show you something. Y'all
I'll be
haven't
right
seen
back.
it. Some of y'all haven't seen this. He's gonna show you something.
There it is, cousin. Let me move the geisha out the way.
There it goes for those who haven't seen it. Tell them the history about it. I'll be right back, cuz.
It used to belong to my dad's palero coven that he was in. No, we decided that when we looked it up, it's called Chango Macho. Uh, Pretty sure half of y'all in here have already seen it. The last time we showed it, it created a lot of controversy. If y'all remember, if we look in the bottom down there, those are called las siete potencias africanas. All right. No, Morgan. So did y'all enjoy that? Questions? Morgan is called a chango macho.
There you go.
See, what people don't know about that Changon Macho is one version of this deity, but it's also called, he also is known as Santa Barbara because when they came and invaded his castle, he female and they would say, Mira qué bonita está Santa Barbara. So Chango turned into Santa Barbara. Yes, Morgan, Santeria. But this used to belong to my dad's Palero coven.
They were from Cuba.
Yeah, the guy was from Cuba. The Palero was from Cuba.
There's some paleros here in Colleen. This guy that's from Cuba, he told me about that, about the paleros.
Yeah.
He said that he invited his friend that came over for the holidays, and in the room that he was staying there was blood everywhere where I guess the palero was doing his works.
Yep, yep. El cuarto del muerto.
Who's Bounty? That's interesting, Jesse. Telling you that the borders. That's what I was raised. What do you think? What do you think that the Biden is letting the borders open?
It's just something that used to belong to my father, Bounty Bear. And since he's been gone now 3 years, I just have it here just as a memento of him.
There's different kinds of practices. You know, when you're a kid, you're running around, you're running to things that you're not supposed to because you're playing hide and go seek.
Oh, yes, Murphy. You know a lot about that.
Chinga mucho. Shit.
You seem to know a lot about corn on the cob, too.
Right?
Yeah. Any questions about the pyramid?
Questions, anybody? You know. So I guess for those that seen that, we just brought it. We did a show uh about it. There was a lot of viewers viewing it.
I was telling them that it created a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
Yes, Murph. You see,
So
you walked into that.
there's a lot of people that say they believe in Jesus Christ that they're saved. I guess what their church is telling them that they're saved. Could be true, but
That
just
was a That was an Elewa, Morgan.
Well,
But in Spanish, he's called Santo Niño de Atocha. Yeah, he had to have candy too.
I got the first showing of the pyramid. Really cool. Really tall beams that hang out in that area. Yes, I don't know that there's a lot of activity up here in Central Texas. I could be here making a video. I could be in my room, and sometimes they try to get your attention to come outside.
Morgan, that is also known as the guardian of the threshold. I'm sorry, cuz.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just telling her that the Leguaya is the guardian of the threshold. He doesn't let any evil inside. Go ahead, cuz.
There is more to being saved than believing in Jesus Christ. Just saying. Well, that's part of the balance. The balance between the good and evil. So if there is other things of the balance and the dark side that exists, that by itself letting you know that Jesus Christ and God exist. And I'm sure there's been many other kinds of beliefs throughout the centuries. It's in the Bible. Remember the church that had like 20,000 people. They were supposedly worshiping the Heavenly Father, but there wasn't. There was like a cult. There was an earthquake. The ground opened up, and they got taken in.
Uh, Morgan, this deity here has no more power. It has not been fed in 3 years. So just to let you know that it doesn't have any power right now, any strength. Yes, it's a religion. It's a way of life. I no longer follow that way of life because I follow Jesus Christ now. You all right there, primo?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's at 93 right now. Trying to get closer so I could see if I can hit it.
Oh, you're
How
trying
long?
to
How long we been live? Like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
228 to be exact.
How much?
2 hours and 28 minutes.
Yeah. You seen when we're doing the live and I was talking from the heart. That the trolls were here
Yep.
and they're trying to interfere in our live. Uh, I have nothing against nobody. Still, it's just I just have to pray. Pray to the Heavenly Father, and He's the one that protects me. But you seen right after that some of the people started coming at us in a negative way because if you're dwelling in negativity, then what are you about? Negativity.
No more questions on the Chango Macho?
Shango Macho. You want to share any spiritual story, other account that you had of the balance in general?
No, because I don't want to share any of those stories. I think I've shared all my stories already.
Okay, I'll share a story with you. Uh,
Uh,
the
the
balance.
Go ahead,
Uh,
cuz.
yeah.
Huh?
Dealing with the balance. I think I talked about it last time. It was I bought a Raggedy Ann doll
Oh
in the
yeah.
States. So then I found another doll that was I think the other was called Andy. The boy and the girl. So I bought them at an estate sale. I bring them home. I never had a Raggedy Ann or Raggedy Andy. I knew how they looked because they were around the time frame when I was young. I brought it in the house and activities start happening. Well, I could hear something running because they're small, and I was like, "What's going on?" Certain things were happening around the house. So what I did, I put them in a little container, like a made out of wood, like where you could put like a candle and light it up for the outside. I put Raggedy in and Andy in it, and I contained the thing because those are supposed to be the Annabelle. It's supposed to be the original Annabelle, which is Raggedy Ann. It's not the one that's being portrayed on TV. It's literally Raggedy Ann. Has anybody owned a Raggedy Ann or have had any kind of experience with a Raggedy Ann, spiritual wise? Smurfy hates dolls.
I'm surrounded by dolls, cousin. Look.
He says he prays to them and then he changes clothes.
Yes, Morgan. I've seen the statues you're talking about, and yes, they have to change their clothes. They have to put them some ronrico. Then they put food out there for them, but they don't get fed like that. They get fed with blood.
Yeah, there's something about the Raggedy Anns, man. I bought them just to test a theory because the original doll was a Raggedy Ann, and they have her in the containment. It's not the one from the movie. It's the real Raggedy Ann. My sister one. Yeah, I had gone to an estate sale. It was like 2 stories, and it had a indoor swimming pool. It had like 10 rooms. Every room had dolls in it,
Wow.
rocking chairs. And the water had like a certain symbol. So I figured that the location I was in was maybe a witch's house because every room had dolls. Gwen Brown says, "I'm 45, LOL. I had a real one." A real what?
A raggedy Ann.
Raggedy Ann doll?
Yeah.
Did you ever feel anything with a Raggedy Ann doll? Anything strange?
Wow.
Nothing screams "oh white lady" more than a room full of dolls. LOL.
Yes, Murphy. I got a room full of precious moments, man. This room where I'm sitting in over there in the corner, you can see the display case is full of nothing but precious moments. And then I got the this doll there, that doll over there, and then there's more dolls over there. So yeah,
It's 1695 for the room. Yes, could it make you sad?
Oh wow.
So out there. You tired, cuz?
No man, I'm good, man. But I know
Good.
you're tired.
I'll
You did a
be right back.
4 hour one earlier.
Uh, I'll be right back. You wanna share something with the viewers, or just keep them company? Laugh or something like you said.
Gwen, would you like to see the collection I have here? Maybe you don't have what I have here. I could walk over there. Let me unplug this thing.
We're pretty close.
Oh, look at all that, Gwen. They're just creepy. There's more down there. There's some there. I don't get it, man. We have more. We have more in a closet somewhere, still in boxes. Yes, Murphy, that's a lot, and that's not even half. Back there in another room, we have boxes and boxes of them. My little sister that used to collect them. She passed away 2 years ago, and now we got all these precious moments, things that we don't know what to do with. You see anything you like, Quinn? Anybody got any questions? Wow, you got quiet. Anybody want to talk about corn on the cob? Well, he's not here. You asking me if I've ever had a creepy doll experience, Murphy? My sister was 40 when she passed away. In this city? Yes, of course. There's witches are everywhere. You're gonna laugh, Murphy, but when I was a kid, I was terrorized of a creepy Hamburglar doll, man. Yeah, she had a lot of complications and she passed. Yes, Hamburglar from McDonald's. You know that creepy little thing with the prison suit, the hat and the mask? That would terrorize the heck out of me when I was a youngster. Yeah, she had a triple bypass and when she came out of it, she didn't come out right. Her heart wasn't working well enough. She kept swelling up with liquids. Bad enough, she only stood like 4'5". That's why I always say, Smurfy, you gotta protect the McNuggets, bro. Back then, if you were to put that anywhere, I wouldn't go anywhere around that. Yes, Morgan. And then she was born premature, and then they found out she had Turner syndrome. But she had a gift as well. She could interpret dreams. If you would tell her your dream, she would tell you what it meant. Or if she dreamt about you, whatever she dreamt about that happened in her dream, that would actually happen in real life. It would always show up in different areas, Murphy. So I don't know if it was walking or somebody was putting it there, but yeah, it would show up in different areas. Any other questions? Anything y'all want me to talk about? I'm not used to being here alone. Um, as far as I know, Morgan, when you dream something like that, they're trying to talk to you. But as far as them trying to visit you, no, because they have already moved on. Whatever's trying to come visit you is probably a demon. You know, my experience when my dad passed away, he came to visit me in a dream, and then he attacked me and started choking me. And when I went into sleep paralysis, I managed to turn sideways and wake up, and I saw a green orb floating in front of my face, and it went into the wall and up into the ceiling, and then I heard like somebody running on the roof of the house. Of course, I can only tell you my experience. I don't know what your experiences and experiencing. Yeah, you need to be really careful when you open yourself up and try to reach out like that because you don't know what you're reaching out to. It says in the Bible that the dead know nothing of the living. Sorry for your loss, Gwen. That was real young. So are you saying that you astral project, Smurfy? I've never actually seen a mermaid, but I'm pretty sure they do exist because they're. I believe that they might be elementals. Oh, this thing again. Sorry for your loss, Bridge Runner. I wonder if Abe went out to Chick-fil-A. Oh wow, that's pretty cool, Smurfy. Yeah, more likely he's husking corn right now, shucking corn and getting some butter together, lightly salted. I know he's tired. He hasn't been sleeping well. As far as I know, there was a case of mistaken identity. They went out there and investigated, but that car that was there, uh, they were at the neighbor's house. They just parked in the wrong place. Well, maybe it's Murphy. Morgan, somebody had broken into his stepson's car the night before. Maybe he'll be branded at 10 years down the road. Wow. Yeah, really quiet. Is that noise coming from Abe's room or my room?
You.
Who said yo? Y'all want to hear the story about when I saw my brother's doppelganger? Oh, wow. Okay, Morgan, when I was 4 years old, we, we were living in Chicago, and we were staying with one of my uncles. And I remember we were sleeping in the living room, and on that night, I had to go to the bathroom, and you had to cross the kitchen to get to the bathroom. So I got up and went to the bathroom. When I was coming back to go lay down, I saw my little brother in the kitchen, and he's like, "Hey, hey, come here, come here." I said, "What, man? What's going on?" He's like, "Let's go downstairs and play in the cellar over there by the washing machine." I said, "No, I'm sleepy. I want to go to sleep." And he goes, "No, no, come on, let's go, let's go." And I
That
said,
boy
"Okay."
had for duty.
I said, "Let's go." And I go, "You go first." So he went down first to go play down there, and I took 2 steps going down there, turned around, and walked out. Then we walked back into the living room. And when I got to the living room, my brother was asleep there in the living room. So I don't know what wanted me to go down and play in the cellar, but it wasn't my brother. So since I was a little kid, something's been after me, is what I've always been thinking.
The doppelganger.
The double ganger.
Doppelganger is a. Remember, demons can manifest to
You
look
okay,
like
cousin?
us or loved ones. Huh?
You okay?
Yeah, I had those double thing. I was waiting to play it. I had the game in my. I was waiting for it to get closer. I dozed off and then I jumped on, but somebody else wanted.
Just so you know, Smurfy has a gift, cousin. He can predict things 10 years into the future.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yes, Morgan. That's one of the many stories that I have that are creepy. It looks just like my little brother, but like I said, I turned around, went back to the living room, and he was there asleep.
I've seen those things that manifest to look like our next of kin. They have those abilities. I'm thinking there's a lot of children have disappeared over the years. They get lured by them. They take the form of either their parents or a brother or sister, and they call them to go into the woods and they follow. And that's the last time you ever see them.
You know, I told that story to so I'm going to call him a pastor. After I told him that story, man, every time he would see me, he would like avoid me.
You know,
Yeah. Instead of helping me with my spiritual problem, man, of faith, he would avoid me, man, when he see me.
they exist. I seen it a double hanger of my sister. I seen her coming from the upstairs. She walked. right beside me, and she was going to the kitchen. Past, I said, "Hey, what's up, sis?" She didn't say nothing to me. She went to the kitchen, and I said, "I guess she must be tired, you know." She went to the kitchen, and you could hear dishes moving, like she's gonna cook something. And I was watching TV in the living room. Was like, "Hey, sis, what are you gonna cook?" I could hear the dishes moving, so I get up. As I go into the kitchen, I see a bottle of water that's elevated in the air, and it just drops in the sink and breaks.
Oh wow.
Looking, and I don't see my sister. And I said, "Well, maybe she's outside. She want to go smoke a cigarette." I go open the sliding door. "Hey, sis, you smoking a cigarette?" Nothing, you know. So I'm looking around. I said, "Well, Shingo, where should you go?" I went upstairs, and I was kind of like freaked out. I said, "Man," in my mind, I was like, "I'm gonna go upstairs, and she's gonna be in her bed asleep, or you know." So like, open the knock on the door, open it real slow. It's like, "Hey, sis, uh, uh, are you gonna make something to eat?" And she was like waking up from her sleep. I said, "No, it's too late to be making something to eat." So I seen something that looked like my sister, but it wasn't my sister. I believe that might have been a doppelganger slash skinwalker shapeshifter because there's a it's all in Central Texas. A lot of shapeshifter skinwalkers.
Hey,
Trust me, you run into them. They're
brother,
everywhere.
I just remembered. I just remembered another thing that happened to me in El Paso. We went to. I went to take my mom to Juarez, and we stopped in one of her niece's house in El Paso. Okay, her niece had a daughter that passed away to lupus, and she had a picture of her on the wall. When we got there, they put me on an air mattress in the living room, right?
Hmm.
And when I was looking, laying on my side trying to go to sleep, I see that picture, right? Well, we got there about 2:30. Like at 3:30, I roll over and look into the kitchen. They have a light on, right? And I'm seeing that girl on the wall standing in the kitchen looking at me. So we locked eyes, man, and I didn't move the rest of the night, man. She was there standing looking at me. Her face was kind of green, and she was wearing a white nightgown, but I could see her face. It was her. I look at her and look at the picture, and that was her. And she stood there till 6 in the morning, man, and then she faded. The garage door opened to go into the garage, and then it closed. And I've never gone back, man. But I actually seen that girl standing there, man. Yeah, that was weird.
Um, I've seen. I got another story for you. I was m- uh my friend slash one night stand at the time when I was younger, teenager. Her girlfriend, well, she wasn't a girlfriend, she was just a friend, an acquaintance. She lived out on the ranch in Willimar, and we had gone dancing, drove her home because she had gotten drunk. So I leave her vehicle there, and it's a ranch out there. Willimar is far away from Raymondville. So I said, "Man, I'm in track. I'll just run back or walk back. You know, I'll make it there in no time." So I'm walking, and it's dark, and I start seeing movement in the darkness, like something's moving around me. You know, I start hearing sounds like voices. I was like, "Oh, it's just my imagination. It's late." So I get to the main road. It's not the main highway, but it's one of the back roads, and I see a blinking light in the distance. So as I'm walking down the towards the blinking light, getting close to it, I hear movement to my left. You know, there's barbed wire fence. When I turn to the left, I see something dark and black just looking at me. I take one step forward, he takes one step forward, and it's like mimicking me, but it's like a dark shadow figure. And I get to the light, and I turn around to look, and he's still looking at me. And I was like, I did the sign of the cross, and I call upon the Heavenly Father to protect me with His heavenly lighting, which He did. Where there was a blue aura that was around me, like a ring. So I just stayed within the ring, and I walked all the way to the other highway that goes to the cemetery. But it stopped following me because I call upon Jesus Christ. What it was, I don't know, but now that I experienced a lot of them, it was a dark shadow figure. Something unclean.
Man, as much walking as I did on the highways in Raymondville, man, I'm glad I never ran up into like a white dressed lady walking on the road. Because I think the scariest thing that scared the hell out of me, and you're gonna laugh. One night I was walking home, I got pulled over by the border patrol. They wanted to give me a ride home. I said no, I'll walk. Scared the crap out of me. They came out of nowhere.
Shoot.
So yeah, man, like I walked up and down those highways late at night, man. I'm surprised I never ran into
Yorona wears a white dress.
yeah anything like that. And that's what I was worried about because over there toward the ranch was the canal where everybody went to swim. Remember?
Yeah. I would see all these ladies in black at nighttime. Las brujas.
That's why I didn't take the ride, Smurfy, because I knew if I took the ride, I was gonna wind up in Mexico, and I was like 10 minutes from my house. Yeah, around those that canal where everybody swam, cousin.
Yeah.
At night you could hear the chusas there, man. They would just be there hanging out,
What are you looking for, Rebel?
going on the cob. See, he's smelling.
I think you're looking for a treat. Yeah, I'll do that. And it's your own kind that are working for the Border Patrol, the Mexicans, that want to act white.
Yep, yep.
They go through the whole procedure on you, even though they know you're American, they treat you like you're from Mexico. Because of where the Rio Grande Valley is, you got the border and then the checkpoint. We live in between that, the border and the checkpoint. So is it
Yeah,
considered to be America? Makes
yeah.
you
I don't
wonder.
think.
I never went back because you got the border and the checkpoint. Do they consider us Americans? I guess they kind of votes and everything, but it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't think Abe wants to whistle right now, Smurfy. And
I can go outside with
nah, cuz
Rebel.
don't do that. Don't attract negativity like that, man.
No, he wants to go outside to the restroom.
Oh, oh.
I can go to the backyard.
Hi, Devora. Welcome. No, Smurfy, they were trying to ID me, and I didn't have an ID, and then they it was way past curfew, and they were telling me they had me for curfew violation. I said, hey, man, I have to walk all the way over here from town.
It's
So
dark out here.
they followed me home. It really is dark out there, cousin.
Let's see if I can bump some lighting around here somewhere.
It looks that way because I don't remember it being pitch black the other night.
There you go.
Hey, don't be surprised, man, if all of a sudden I show up at your house, man. I've been wanting to go visit.
A lechuza. You want me to do the whistle sound again?
He said, "Don't do it." Then run inside and forget your dog.
No, they know we're doing this live. It's already past their time frame, but uh,
Yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock.
one of them did show up. Lechuza showed up here by my oak tree. Uh, it was right behind it, and he put his body out and he was looking at me. It was like on the ground. Normally, owls they stand on the trees, so it's standing on the ground. That's a lechuza. He showed me. I knew it was looked like a woman, and she was looking at me like from behind the tree, like just show me his body and everything. But she was color white.
No, that's cool, Morgan.
Oh shoot!
Yes, Bounty Bear. He knew there was more than one out there. I think he saw 3 of them, but you saw
I hear-
4.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. There was a lot of them. I didn't want my all my body hair stood up. Hasta el pinche cabello del culo.
I needed butter. Ah, primo, te
It's all my
sabes.
hair stood up, dude. On my body, every hair follicle stood up. I thought it's because I was going from cold to hot, but it didn't stand right off the bat when I walked the door. It stood up when I walked towards further that ways where when my hair stood up.
Wow.
So I said to myself, the doorbell's going to capture something, you know.
Well, Bounty Bear says there was 4 things in there in that video.
Oh yeah, there were many. Uh, that's what I capture when I go out there and investigate. This they come at me, you know, with their magnetic energy because I said they have magnetic energy because the hair stand up. So they possess some kind of I guess their spirit or something has some kind of magnetic energy that makes your hair stand up. You want to hear a story? When I used to live in Elms Grove, when I first moved in there, I was hearing a noise outside. You know, I was like, "What the hell?" And it's like I could hear a woman yelling. You know, I was like, I went outside and I'm looking, and I'm like, "Is that the Llorona?" So I'm hearing a woman like yell, like making a noise. You know, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" So I start walking down the street, and I hear the yell getting closer and closer. There was a guy on a motorcycle, and the girl was there with him. You know what I mean? They were going at it on the motorcycle.
Oh wow.
It was
Purple
echoing
rain.
through the freaking park, dude. I thought it was something was happening to somebody, and it was the woman and the guy getting it on, and they were drunk off their ass too. I just okay, my money, my own business. Let me go back to my house. Handle your business.
Wow, Tony. That's weird.
There's one that snuck up right beside me, and he was looking at me. It was right there by the brick. If you see it, you can see the face and everything. But you know they're in spirit form. But there was they surfaced up. There was a lot in the video because I put the original video out there, cuz.
Oh, okay.
He was just pumping gas. Yeah, he was pumping something. All right.
Thank you for your service, Tony.
Yeah, thank you for your service, Tony.
Any mosquitoes out there, cousin?
Yeah, there was it.
Any mosquitoes out there?
Not that I feel any right now. Um, yeah, there is. I have a picture of something that's looking at me. It's invisible, but I can still see it because it's more like a. I guess you could say like a mist, and you're able to see the form of it, and it's looking at me, but it's blending in with the environment. You know.
I saw that one, the one that was right there standing next to you. I saw it when it moved next to you. Oh, Morgan, my cousin's
Uh,
got a bunch of short reels where you can see stuff
I
like
have
that.
the short reel video, and then I have the regular video that's got the full video on there. I'm telling you, I capture all kinds of stuff around here. Then, you just I'm not trying to give anybody to give those things any kind of power. I'm just to make those videos so people can know that they exist around us. You know, they're around us. That we have to be spiritual ready. You know, they're around us for a reason.
Excuse
So if you want to fight spiritually, you have to maintain the love foundation because that's the important part. And of course, have your faith in Jesus Christ. That's the only way we're going to be able to fight them spiritually. Then there's a train passing through. Yeah, I remember when I was in Fort Owen, California, and we had a long day, and I was tired, and I went to sleep in my sleeping bag. I was in the back of the tank. We traversed the turret sideways, and I could lay on the back deck because the night times in the desert it gets cold. So I'm laying there, and I'm feeling like drops of something on my sleeping bag, like it's raindrops or something. So I open up the sleeping bag. I don't see it's not raining or nothing like that. So I crawl out of the sleeping bag to see what's going on. And what I witnessed, because there's a lot of coyotes out there, I witnessed like a circle of coyotes around my tank, but there was one that stood out the most out of all of them. They looked like coyotes, but there might have been something else. One of them had red eyes, and it was bigger than all the other ones, which I believe that was an alpha male. So they're all looking at me because they got a tanks around it. So what I do is I urinate around my tank to mark the territory to let them know this is my space, my territory. So when I did that, it's kind of like they just turned around and walked away. Somebody took out somebody here.
I'm back.
Yeah,
That sounds like a cool T-shirt, Morgan.
Montana Love Foundation. Have a heart. Yeah, we've been going on for a while now, cuz.
The
Are you
3 hours
ready?
and 15 minutes.
I just want to say thank you to everybody that tunes in uh, every evening. I appreciate y'all. Uh, it's very hard to maintain a love foundation in this world, especially when there's so much evil around us. You got the unseen forces that are doing evil, and then you got people trying to come up against you doing evil. But that's why it's important to maintain the love foundation, because the love foundation protects us. It deflects any form of negativity. Through Jesus Christ, we can overcome them. But it's very important to maintain the love foundation.
Yes, sir, it is.
Cain, given to the enemy, uh, we overcome the enemy through Jesus Christ. And I'm thinking that's why people targeted me, because you got to think about this, guys. It's just a theory. You got the cryptid community that believe in all these cryptids. Where do these cryptids live, y'all? We're gonna do a little test here. Where do these cryptids live?
In the woods.
In the woods. Uh, is there cults in the woods?
Heck yeah.
Uh, I bring the spiritual aspect of it, talking about Jesus Christ. I give my wisdom and knowledge to the viewers so they can be ready, whether they encounter something within their home, outside the home, or if they're doing an extra walk. I always tell people to always maintain a love foundation, no matter the manifestation, no matter what they're trying to do. Because when they do that, they try to come at you with through a fear factor. But you can ignore what the manifestations or whatever they're trying to do. With a love foundation, you will overcome them through Jesus Christ. This is why I created this group, Spiritual and Creative Encounters, to help those that are in spiritual help, spiritual need. But of course, there's certain people that targeted me because I talk about Jesus Christ and bring the spiritual aspect. So that's something I want y'all to think of the people that are coming up against me, that put my name in their mouths, that I've never really done nothing to them at all. Why do they treat me as a threat? Because I'm telling you how to protect, defend yourself spiritually, what to do. What if those people that they're coming at me in a negative way, they are part of a cult, and that's what they double in. And it sees me as a spiritual threat because they know Jesus Christ is with me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You're doing okay, man?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Gwen Brown, is she cool?
Yeah. She's been on here for a while.
Okay. Is she talking to you, big dog? Don't F with him.
I don't know who she's talking to, but she's not talking to me or you.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Replier.
Probably.
Mr. Replier put a little emoji of the Diablo. So he's probably a
The
a
corner of the
troll.
cupboard.
Corner of the cobbler.
Yep.
Corner of the cobbler. Gobble, 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 gobble.
He gobbles it with ice cream.
You're welcome. This is what we do. I'm not afraid of the negative people. I don't care if they're 40 strong, 50 strong, 100 strong. So I don't have Jesus Christ with me. I'll overcome them spiritually.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Amen to that.
out of His truth. But yeah, they don't want me to tell you how to defend themselves. Defend yourselves from people that practice witchcraft and necromancy, how to fight a demon off. They don't want you to learn that. They want you to believe in a Bigfoot that's really a demon. That's why they're coming at me, brother Josh. I bring the spiritual aspect out of it, so they get pissed off because their agenda, whether they're talking about a Bigfoot or like those other people that are atheists that they talk about they're trying to compare Jesus Christ to a spaghetti monster. Like,
Hi,
but yeah,
cousin.
but it, they just
B's in here.
how you doing, sis? Yeah, she's my sister's seen a lot of things. For those that don't know, we're Terror in the Woods. Season 3, episode 2. Something is out there on the Travel Channel and Discovery Channel and other channels. But she lived in Elms Grove with me, and she witnessed a lot of things in Elms Grove. She stayed there after I left Elms Grove. So she stayed there for about a year after I left, and she was experiencing a lot of things where they were the Doppelgangers, or they were manifest to look like her children, and she could hear them inside the house. But then when she would go look, they wouldn't be there. Next thing you know, her sons are coming from the club, and they're like, "Man, what just happened?" But yeah, that's what they do.
Beatrice wants to know what we're doing up.
Yeah, we're fixing to finish our live. We've been up for a couple of hours, like 4 hours. I started
Just
late. Yeah, that's my sister, Runner. Runner, you're single? My sister's single. Yes, I can. Because through spiritual law, the demon or the ugly spirit that's afflicting the person have to show themselves to me through spiritual law. They must say something. For example, you only you know that something that is from the past. They must say a name of somebody. They're that's like they're actually let you know who they are indirectly. But then, if you're really spiritually blessed, you're able to see the person that's being the demon that's afflicting or possessing the person. Which then through spiritual law that you have to type on a rebuke in Jesus Christ's name to get out of that individual. Yeah, well, I peed around the tank because there were coyotes or wolves. So that's what I seen. That my first instinct of watching what was the show that used to be on TV back in the day? Uh, with Jim was always getting messed up by the animals, Mutual Omaha or
yeah, Mutual Mohawk, Wild Kingdom.
Wild Kingdom. Well, I learned that from there, from that show. So that's what I peed around the tank. Now, if it was a shapeshifter, skinwalker, or whatever, yeah, I would have fought it spiritually. But at that time, I'm in the military, and I don't want the my crew, they're trying to get rest, and I don't want them to freak out. But it worked. Uh, when I peed around the tank, it was with no fear. If I had to pray the Our Father, I would pray the Our Father or whatever I had to do. But that's what you're supposed to do with when it's an animal. You have to mark your territory. You can't be afraid or show it fear because it can smell fear. If it smells fears, then it can come after you. Exactly. Marking my territory is what you're supposed to do. You know, you mark the territory. I used to do that all the time because there was wild animals out there. Mountain lions, cougars, wildcats, and I could hear them when I'll be out there in the field. So I'll mark my territory. and it works.
Oh, it does.
But you could tell when it's something that's real, and then you could tell when it's something that's demonic. There's a big difference, especially if when you've seen something that's demonic, that's like 11 or 30 foot tall, looking down at you, and you look like a peep squeak, like a midget. You see six of those looking at you like that, and you see the white glowing eyes. Then you know that that is not a real animal. That is demonic. All I know is this: when I went into prayer, I was saying the deliverance prayer before I took my first step to walk back down the path, because the other ways that I would have gone would have been the creek or the highway, and then most likely would have tracked me down as big as the war. So when I started saying the deliverance prayer, the Our Father, as I was walking through the middle of the path, passing them up, they kept on turning their heads, looking at me with their white glowing eyes. They acknowledged the Our Father prayer. This is what they kept on saying. All of them, it was six of them. They kept on saying, the Holy One, the Holy One, the Holy One. All of them were saying that as I prayed. So I never turned back. I never looked back, but I prayed all the way throughout the park till I got home. My sister's seeing how I was. She's right here. I don't know if she's here now or not, but she's seen how I was. You ever seen Casper? The show Casper, the cartoon. I was whiter than Casper.
Did my cousin run off?
You
There she
see,
is.
Yachters remembers how I came. How did I look, cuz? I mean, sis, from when I came out of the woods. You waiting for me on the porch. I was gone for a while, man. She'll tell you how I looked. I look white, like because I ran into something that was I should I say from the spiritual realm or demonic realm. See, pale. She says pale. She's the one that heard it first. I was asleep in my room. She's the one that woke me up. My sister woke me up, letting me know that somebody was out there yelling for help. She heard it too. She heard it. She's the one that woke me up. Like, Abe, I think somebody is harming somebody. Sounds like somebody needs help out there. That's where I went. Yeah, I was fighting spiritually, and they were trying to drain my energy. There was six of them, only one of me, but I know that the Heavenly Father didn't lead me astray because they kept on saying the Holy One. The only thing I understand about when they said the Holy One, is because I was saying the deliverance prayer, or because they seen them around me, but they were acknowledging them, and I felt it because the presence were around me. The angels were around me, so they had to say the Holy One, the Holy One. They acknowledged the demons, acknowledged the Holy One.
Amen, Tony.
Amen, Tony. You know, when people say I laugh at the sight of fear. Yeah, I've seen people that said they're going to do this and this and this in combat. Next thing you know, they lose their mind. They become demonized.
What you got going on, Prima, that you're up?
It's nice and fresh out here right now.
Where did your dog go, man?
He's He's over here moving around. He's guarding the perimeter. Yeah, I'm okay, but I think I need to get me some rest now. But let me go inside. Take my dog inside. Verbal.
You can
Oh
see
shit!
I'm
What
going to
the
bed
hell?
real early. What
I
happened,
said, come
cousin?
on, because I'm hearing movement to my left, and he was right here, right beside me.
Oh wow.
I kept on looking to the left because I could get. It sounded like he's moving over there, and he was right here beside me.
Well, at least he didn't move and leave you by yourself.
All right, come on, Robert. Come on. All right, here we go. Uh, well, in saying that, brothers and sisters, I hope y'all enjoyed this late night live feed. Thank you for all those that tuned in. Cousin Jesse, you got more energy than me. What do you want to say to the viewers?
May y'all stay spiritually healthy and may God keep blessing y'all with good blessings. Good night from Fort Worth.
Yeah, I'm tired. Look,
That's all I had to say, cousin.
all righty. In saying that, love, light, and blessings to every single one of y'all and your families. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Peace out from me and cousin Jesse. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day.
Bye, Beatrice.
Bye, Carnala. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest.
Me
I'm
too,
probably
man.
going. I'm gonna be snoring, and I'm gonna get kicked off the bed. I
Love
had
you,
to sleep on the
cousin.
couch.
Hey, man. That's why I tell you, I don't have nobody to pop out me. I just go to my room. All
Love you too, sis. All right.
right,
Good night.
cousin. Good night.
Later.
Bye.